My name is Geoff, I need something to do, an excuse to have conversations with you. I wasted my life gaining pop culture knowledge, which shows much more than my 10 seconds in college. My name is Geoff, Geoff needs something to do. Welcome, everyone. Today we have Bentley Michaels, podcast OG and man of many talents. First, my step uncle has been in prison for the whole thing with that guy that he kidnapped. So we have a phone call from him to see how he's doing in prison. And so take it away, Chad.
Hello, are you going to start?
What, started? Hello?
Yes, that's what the countdown was for.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm ready.
Hello? Gluten, are you still there? Hello?
Yes, no, I'm here. You're still recording, right? Okay, hold on.
Fuck this.
Well, it is good that it seems Gluten is acclimating to prison well. But now we have a very special guest. His name is Bentley Michaels.
Yay! Oh, come on, Geoff. Get the sound effects ready.
It's ready. It's going.
Yeah. Oh, I feel jazzy, which makes me feel snazzy.
Bentley Michaels
Here on the show with Geoff.
Yeah. Thank you for coming
give it
down.
up for that band.
Yeah, no, they're on fire tonight. What is that? Is that a jacket or a toilet seat cover? I think.
Already going
good. So because I'm professional like that. Hello, Bentley.
Hello, Jeffrey.
This is gonna end up just being a lot of making fun of me, which I like.
Woo!
Yeah.
Reminds me of Wayne's World. Yep.
Back when they made good Saturday Night Live movies.
Yeah. I just watched The House last night.
What's The House? Oh, okay. I hadn't even heard about this.
Very enjoyable.
I mean, I am a fan of them.
Yeah, and Mantzoukas is in it.
Oh, nice.
Super funny. Jeremy Renner makes pops up.
Is he Hawkeye?
Yeah.
Nice.
He comes in. He's like, "What's going on in this casino?"
I'm intense.
Yeah. There's tons of people in it. Cedric Yarborough. Is that how you say his name?
I know that name. Yeah.
Cedric. Yeah. He was. He's the bigger black cop on Reno 911.
Okay. Okay.
And as opposed to Niecy Nash. And then. There was obviously all of her Upright Citizens Brigade people show up little cameo spots, but there's just
that's cool.
Who's the bald, shorter, bearded Kyle Kinane?
Okay,
he's in it.
He's funny.
Yeah, super funny movie. I highly recommend it. And the boss from The Office that Michael's always trying to impress.
Okay. I thought you were talking about Michael. I'm like, you really don't remember Steve Carell's name?
Super nice, that's in New York or whatever.
Yeah,
that guy's in it. He's super funny. Yeah, it was such a wacky movie. And I think it got a lot of shit when it came out because they're like, oh, this is supposed to be comedy gold because there's because I don't think Old School did that well when it first came out, but then it became something on DVD.
I remember being
which is
man,
what most of those movies
this movie did not get what, because that movie's fucking
it's got
hilarious.
18% on Rotten Tomatoes. The House.
Oh, The House.
Yeah, The House. Sorry, it's on the HBO Go app thing or whatever. It shows the percentages in the IMDb thing, and both super low. And I was like, I hope this doesn't suck. But it's a classic 90-minute, just comedy movie.
Okay,
like how Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore is just we're not gonna, not too much up front. Here's the problem. Make it happen. Jokes.
They managed to do. That was right before. Because when Adam Sandler got annoying for me is when he started putting too much maudlin stuff in the ending. Like, I don't understand why people feel the need to make comedy movies have like this weird dramatic third act for some reason. I don't get why people do that.
Yeah,
because
I could have done
Ted,
without
the movie Ted does not need a maudlin ending. Like, what is going on with
what
that?
happened at the end?
Well, it was just like this weird.
I thought it all worked out.
Like melodramatic stuff with like no, it all works out. That's the whole point, though. Yeah, just I don't get why studios feel the need to insert that in there. So
I don't know. I always thought like funny people could have done without the trip to San Francisco.
I mean,
as far as like
no,
him
it needed
going
to be 2.5 hours. You know.
Well, I mean, I don't mind the length of it.
Right.
I just I thought that was like a separate part of the movie where he went to her house and all that sort of stuff. I didn't mind like if she was there at the theater, maybe they had an exchange, but all that other stuff seemed weird to me. Or maybe it's just because it makes me sad.
Well, I think it just feels like it was Judd Apatow trying to make like a comedy Lord of the Rings or something, like like some sort of like epic adventure that just it didn't need.
But in general, I liked it.
I did think it was funny.
I watched it like 3 or 4 times in the theater.
It does a fairly good job of capturing what comedy is like in a certain way too.
Yeah, and it really birthed Aziz playing himself, because I think like if you watch like the behind the scenes features on that, he said I was doing stand up and then I started going out as my Randy character,
right?
And he's like, and audiences just loved me, and he kind of kept that whole sort of shtick from there on out. Like he was always kind of like that upbeat Randy type.
Yeah. No, I was trying the whole time, by the way, to think of a way to like make a joke about him. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
I give up.
Well, because like he had the controversy about his weird sexual thing that he had with some woman, and I was just trying to think of a way.
The date thing.
Yeah, the date. Which I'm not even trying to put my 2 cents on that. I was trying to think of a joke.
This show has definitely always been a political show. So
let's get into it. Let's talk.
If you want to go there and hit the hard politics.
Let's get fresh.
This is
Louis.
This ain't no safe space, y'all.
I'll put an earmark right here so I can just take everything out for the next 20 minutes.
Oh boy.
This is more me coming in saying, "Don't you fucking dare just start that topic." Or keep going in a serious way.
No.
Do not be serious on your goddamn show.
Like you need to tell me to do that. Like I can keep it serious for more than 5 seconds anyway. He fell off of a cliff just then.
Yeah, like a Looney Tune.
I have always wondered, like, because I was here when you started doing comedy, but I was always curious.
And then you were here when I stopped.
Well, I mean, you haven't stopped. You're on the student team, aren't you?
Haven't I? That's not comedy. That's improv.
Oh, okay. You're doing dramatic improv?
Yeah.
Okay.
Haven't you ever seen me up there?
Well, that's true. You do have a lot of gravitas.
Yeah, well, that's because I'm bigger than most of the people. Except for Travis. Travis is like the biggest dude. Like, it's weird when I'm like, oh, man. It's like standing next to my dad.
I like Travis. He's funny. His every time we play what is it, Super Fantastic, I always forget the name of that game. Like he always has a Travis every time.
Yeah.
Like anyway, that's always fun talking about the intricacies of improv
of people
class.
that don't know the people that we're talking about. Yeah, exactly. Yes. It makes for the best listening for your tens of fans.
Hey guys, were you talking about me? I heard you.
Well, Travis, thanks for coming in.
Oh yeah, just stopping in on my lunch break at the vague government
DMV.
office where I work.
The DMV, Travis?
The VMD?
Yeah, the DMV.
It's strange how much of the time DMV comes into your improv.
Yeah, well, they say work with what you know, and I know sitting behind a desk.
You know how to make people wait, man.
You know that paperwork.
I make them wait for the punchline. No, that's...
I like Travis.
I do too.
He's great.
I have no reason to roast him at all.
He's funny. Okay, bye. I'm not here.
Oh well, thanks for coming by, Travis. You're always welcome back.
And he fell off the Looney Tunes cliff. Back to the DMV.
There's definitely going to be that cut in. No, but I was curious, like, what brought you to starting comedy? Like, I think there was something like where you and King Richard were like doing comedy together before you started coming to Mike's. Is that how that came about, or like what?
Yeah, it was. Well, as I'm sure most stand-ups are, you're just usually the stupid loudmouth asshole kid, and always. And in my case, I was smaller than everyone else. I was like, I graduated high school at 5'11", and I didn't become 6'2" until I was like in my.
Oh, okay.
I was almost 20. I didn't even have to start shaving until I was almost like 23.
That's kind of true with me too, though.
Also, you seem like you're a lot taller than 6'2". It's probably just.
It's probably my broad shoulders
I think it's the
and
tattoo.
my impending
Big
personality.
freaking dude, yeah.
my overall demeanor of don't approach me.
I'd probably guess like 6'4". Somebody asked me to guess.
Oh no, yeah, 6'2", and size 10 feet. And tiny hands.
Oh, interesting.
Can't even palm a basketball. Yeah.
It's like I have gigantic feet, so
yeah. I'm actually the smallest guy in my family.
Wow.
Yeah. My little brother's like 6'8", but he's like 160 pounds. He's like looks like Jack Skellington.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's a tiny dude.
I was parsing the 160 pounds because like that's
small.
Very not a lot.
He like just take Chad and then stretch him about 6 inches, and it's about the same.
Like taffy.
Yeah. Oh, some
Chatty taffy.
Sweet taffy. But no,
Chad
I mean,
us.
yeah, being the smallest, you always have like those asshole comments for everyone. And, you get stuffed into lockers and you get beat up a lot and you but then like as they're walking away, you still talk shit. And I've always just
Make
been the
it
guy.
worse for yourself. Yes, I know that one.
Yeah, I just always talk shit. And then, you're the funny guy at work. You're the whatever it is. You're always doing jokes. And I think most stand-ups, they learn how to tell funny stories that happen to them before they start doing stand-up. You just learn like where the beats are, and you just like especially if you have a funny story, you just kind of know where it is. Because like for years I told that shit my pants story at Enchanted Forest before I ever tried it out on stage. And you just learn where the beats are, and like people always laugh in the same spots. And then Richard and I are old acquaintances with everybody's favorite comedian, Eric Alexander Moore. And and we used to play music with him. He was in bands. We worked on projects together. He made a really cool stop.
Play guitar or something, right?
Yeah, he's very good. He's a very good guitar player. And he played slide guitar on one of my songs. And and he was coming down here to do a mic, and he had just moved back to Portland.
Okay.
And Richard and I had gotten it up our ass about like we knew that this place was down here, and we're like we need to rehearse. And every Sunday we would get together for 6 months. And very similar to this, I would break out my laptop and I would put a music stand and a mic and a cord, and then we had a table. And at like 10 in the morning in my carport, we'd drink beer, smoke cigarettes, and he and I and our other buddy Jordan, we would just go up in front of each other, and then afterwards we'd give each other notes, and then we'd try our jokes again. And then I would send everybody their MP3 so they could listen, and we did that for 6 months.
Wow.
And the day before Richard, because Mike's used to be on Tuesday, and so that Sunday before Richard did his like going to church set,
right?
His very first time,
remember that
he in my basement did 35 fucking minutes, and I've got it recorded, and he fucking killed. And granted, it's just me and Jordan, but I had never seen him do more than like 5 minutes at a time.
Right.
And he pieced like everything together, and I was like, I'm watching my friend do stand-up comedy in my basement, and he's destroying. We're the only people here. And I'm, laughing like fucking the Joker, of course, and like I can't stop like clapping and like hitting my couch and shit like that. And it's great. And then Eric told him, he's like, yeah, there's a mic on Tuesday. I'm gonna go. He's like, you should come down and sign up. And so I came down just to watch him. And then I watched my friend do well, and I was like, well, I'm at least half as funny as he is. And so like the next week I came down and signed up.
Okay, I didn't remember the timeline specifically.
Yeah. And then we just started coming down all the time. And then,
Yeah.
he's much more responsible with his family than I was. I was like, I need to be away from you. And he's like, no, I'll stick around. And I'm like, give me 90 minutes away from you people. And he's just like, nah, I like you guys. And I was like, well, it's not that I don't like them, but, kids, man. But it's, I enjoyed coming down here. And for the longest time, I came every single week, and I wrote a new 5 minutes pretty much every single week. And I recorded
I remember that.
every set. And sometimes I didn't even have anything.
Mm-hmm.
That was my one good quality back then, was that, it didn't always go well, but I did feel bulletproof, and I didn't give a fuck. And I just always went on stage.
That's, probably the biggest reason that, like, both you and Richard did so well so early is because having confidence is so important to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, everybody that's, like, because you guys did it the way you did, which is crazy in my brain, just because I would, like, wish that I could have thought of doing something like that. And because of that made it funnier because you were already confident in it.
Yeah.
And no comedian has that.
And he and I are completely different. He's more, he writes everything out. So everything he said,
okay.
he memorized.
That's like Jesse.
It was completely memorized. And he's very good on stage, so he knows. So it's not just like he's reciting stuff, very similar to Jesse. But Richard rolls with the punches, I think, better than Jesse does. Like, where I've seen him, I've seen his act, like where he's done jokes for me or stuff like that. And then something will happen in the audience, and then he'll start riffing on something like, God, there's this one time he went up there, and like the best part, like the best joke that he said that night, I was like, dude, when did you write that? He goes, oh, I don't know, I made it up. And I was like, that was fucking hilarious. He goes, I fucking hate it. He's like, I'm up there just making shit up. He's like, what am I, you? And like, yeah, and like, I will go up sometimes with an idea. And I was telling Jared this the other day. I was like, I used to go up.
No,
what? God, you idiot. I was telling him this the other day. I was like, I used to use the first 4 minutes of my 5 minutes making fun of whomever was up or something that happened in the audience earlier, or just something that I just saw outside or whatever it was. And then I would like be rushed to get through the one idea that I had, which actually kind of made it better because they give me the light and I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm going into my one fucking joke that I had. Try that out. And then it like actually made it go quicker. And then similar, I recorded every set I've ever done, and I've listened to it most of the sets at least 20 times, if not more. And then I
know you listen to your sets. I have a lot of trouble doing that.
Oh, I don't learn any other way because of the ADD and the dyslexia. If I write out a joke, I will forget more than half of it, and then I'll be like, oh wait, I'm supposed to go back to. Can I throw that in? And then it's like I just pause on stage and I can't do it. Okay. I have so it's like I have to sit there and listen to it, and I make all my notes, and then it's like I talk over myself, and I'll be like, okay, so this is when you switch this part to here, and then this part won't be there, and then tag this in, and then say the tag out loud. And then it's like, and I just like pace. When I used to smoke, I would just pace around outside in my backyard with my dogs. Yes, Chad?
I have a question. Do you think that has to do with you starting out in bands?
Oh, with music?
Yeah, like you listen to the recording and you can't make it up on stage what's going to happen next, and you can't, kind of play around up there. It's very rehearsed, and it's very like it has to go this way or else it's not going to work. So I'm wondering if that is the thing in your brain making you.
It might, but it's also the way I always learned. Okay, didn't learn anything. But it's like you could, like with music. When I first started playing guitar, the first time I figured out it was Foo Fighters' Big Me. It's just like G, C, D or something like that. Then it goes to like an A minor chord or something in there. It's like the one like sort of weird chord. And I was like, oh, that's this. And then I figured out like where the stuff went. And so then from there on out, it's always been by ear. And then like drums, the same thing. When I had to go to drum school and learn how to read drum music, it could have been fucking rocket science. Like I would sit there and try so hard to get something, and then I would just go to my buddy who was really great at reading music. I go, will you fucking play this chart for me once? And he'd play it, and I go, oh, got it. and then I could play it.
That's funny. Well, because I remember like reading Modern Drummer or whatever drum magazine, and they had like the transcripts. I'm like, there are psychotic people that are able to
Can just sight read it. Yeah,
like that is crazy.
Piano music, anything like I can break it down. Like I'm teaching my son and working with him on piano right now. But I'm still the exact same way in my learning, and same thing with tap dance. Like I learned by watching movies. Like I mean, I took class, but I'm terrible in class.
Okay.
And so it's like it will click for me 24 hours later, like, or it's like where I'm in the parking lot and there's no stakes. I'm like, yeah, I couldn't get the step. It was that blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, never mind. It just made sense.
Well, like, because it's always interesting, like people that have like a more academic side of music. Because I understand piano tabs in the sense that I understand why people would be able to do that, but like drum tabs seems crazy to me.
Yeah, it is weird. It is weird to look at. I mean, because it's like, and it's different
There's
symbols.
hatches
There's
and-
X's and
yeah.
different things. So it's not just like, and some, it can look like very interesting piano music. Like if you tried to play it on the piano, it would be like the same weird song every time, I suppose, unless you put it in a different key.
Well, it makes me think of like if like some grindcore band or like made
sure.
one. It was just like just
Just 30-second notes across, just rotating back and forth. Yeah. But like even now, or like when the Brian Posehn competition happened a couple years ago,
Okay.
I went through all my old sets and I found the stuff that I liked and I put it in a recording program and I cut together the different sets and it was like 9 minutes and 30 seconds long.
Okay.
And I would listen to the sets on my phone and and that's how I got my order. And they were the best times I'd done those jokes. So I kind of knew like that was the rhythm. Those were the kind of the way to do it.
That's it. Okay. That actually, it's just interesting to me because you're more, like I said, a little academic in the instruments. I wonder if that's a reason why you're so precise with the way you do that too. Because I am sloppy as all hell when it comes to playing music.
I don't think I'm academic. I think I take the stupid way of learning, which is like by listening and by watching and not by reading.
Well, I just mean that like you're able to record professionally, like instrumentals and things like that. Like I'm just, when it comes to music, I'm very much just like I learned by playing along the songs and things like that.
That's all I did.
Well, I just mean like I'll accept.
You mean you didn't spend fucking $85,000 to go to drum school and aren't using it now, and are paying Sally Mae because that bitch wants her money every single month? She don't play. You don't skip a payment on Sally Mae. She will show up at your door.
I think I might have some Sally Mae people at my house right now, for all I know. I have a
address.
whole.
I moved.
Oh yeah, no. If anybody wants to come visit the Sally Mae people at my house, my address is 9244 Boogie Woogie Boulevard.
There you go.
Anyway, that's stupid.
But and then like the next week for the Posehn thing, I knew we got 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So like I listened once again. I didn't go with the set that I recorded that first time because I didn't like it as much because I hadn't been on stage in almost 9 months at that point.
Right.
I hadn't told jokes in almost 9 months, and I told Jared, I was like, "Oh, I'm going to sign up for that." And he goes, "You don't tell?" I was like, "I don't care." I was like, wouldn't it be hilarious if I won and just pissed everyone off? That was the only reason I wanted to do it.
Well,
and then I just added to it so I could do the 15 minutes. I was like, "Oh, I can put this story here, and then like I just made a different MP3." And then and now I will talk out ideas into my phone and listen to them, or I will I'll call friends and go, "Hey, I've got some ideas, but I'm recording this," and then I'll just talk. And because like I don't think I'm ever better than when I'm riffing with my friends.
Well, that's kind of I think that's just how we kind of sharpen, or not sharpen, but like hone our skills,
or even I guess maybe even performing for my friends, because I don't necessarily like it when I've been around when comedians will start telling their jokes to me before the mic, like outside or whatever, and I'm always just like, no, don't do that. Well, they're like, no, because you were saying, I was like, no, what I said was A, and you're all the way over here at M, and I could tell you're doing a bit on me. I was like, don't do that. I was like, I'm happy to watch it on stage, and if you want to ask me, but I was like, I hate it. I fucking hate it. Like,
right. Well,
like
doing
if you're amongst
prepared-
friends
yeah.
and you say like, "Hey, I've got this new thing," I'm thinking like totally fine.
Yeah.
But when like in casual conversation, somebody
They
will
try
try
to work
like
it
slip
in.
it in, like, that's like the time that I fucking boogie woogie boulevarded all with my new slick shoes or whatever, and you're just like, okay,
Slick Shoes, good band.
yeah, Tooth and Nail Band, Ryan Kepke on the vocals.
Oh, that's right. You know things like this because
I met him, I hung out with him.
I'm kind of pissed that I didn't do which band loved Jesus this episode because I totally forgot. But
MXPX because it made Tooth and Nail the most money.
well, yes, definitely.
They still
No.
They still own all of their publishing. That's how shitty of a deal that they fucking got.
What was it? There's this band called Me Without You.
Yep.
And
Chris Carrabba?
no, that's not. That's Further Seems Forever. Similar. But no,
Oh,
me,
that's right. He did sing. Oh, and before he became Dashboard.
yeah. Well, that's before he became Dashboard.
That's what
he
I'm saying.
actually is back singing with Further Seems Forever. By the
Yeah,
way,
gotta get that nostalgic Christian money.
well,
Gotta go to Cornerstone.
Well, I love Further Seems Forever, but they honestly don't even seem like much of a Christian band. It's just because they're on that label.
Sure.
And that's just a tooth and nail thing. They're also really shitty to the bands that they sign, like MXPX, which is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But Me Without You, I knew this girl who is married to the guitarist of that band.
Oh, no kidding.
And she was telling us how they had hired an entertainment lawyer, and he said, "This is the worst contract that I have ever seen in my life. You are not going to sign this." And so they worked it out to where it was like they worked it down to where it was they only had a 2-album deal.
Yeah.
They didn't own the rights to their songs and shit.
I interviewed Mike for a podcast like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
No, longer than that now. And I will never release it.
Wait, with who? Sorry?
Mike from MXPX, the bass player and singer. I interviewed him like 4 or 5 years ago. It was when Plans Within Plans was coming out. Their like last full-length record. I think it was about 5 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
And I could not, like, I listen to it sometimes, and I cannot
was
sound
just
like
angry,
more
or-
of like a 14-year-old girl at a Beatles concert or on the Ed Sullivan show. Just like all of these like it's like you just hear it in my voice that I'm smiling. And I'm just like, hey, wait, what are we? And like, you try to make like some dumb joke, and he's like on the phone. He's like, what? I'm like, no, never mind.
I've always said like I hate being like that guy with with people that I'm a huge fan of.
Yeah.
And so I'll usually try.
I'm hoping
keep
to be
it just
cool when
like,
I meet Chris D'Elia tonight. I'm hoping to be cool.
That's I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Oh, he's a stand-up comedian.
Oh, okay.
Dash and I like him a lot. So he and I are going
I
to
think
watch him tonight.
I think Dash told me to listen to him on the episode he was on.
Yeah, if
Awesome.
you watch Chris D'Elia, you'll be like, oh, that makes sense that they like him.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
totally.
Does he just make
he's-
fun of me?
Yeah.
specifically the whole
He's got a
time?
whole 10-minute Jeff on 10-minute chunk of people named Jeff. He's like, and don't get me started about redheads. No,
Wait,
he's just
so-
he's
wait,
just goofy as
Was
all
he
shit.
Groucho?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was on that Undateable show with Ron Funches.
Oh,
He was
okay.
like and he was on the Whitney show. He played like her husband or whatever.
Whitney Cummings.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what's that show? It's like I think it's on Hulu where it's like Single Together or something.
I don't know that one.
Oh, he's on that. He plays like this super funny, this older asshole
Okay.
brother. Yeah, it's a Hulu original
Well, that's
show.
like I think I was telling Emma on her episode that I met Maria Bamford. I had gotten on a bus, gone to Portland, and gone straight from the bus, and I had not I had been wearing the same clothes like from the day before for some reason. I can't remember why.
Because you're Jeff.
And I went, no, that's not.
Yeah,
I'm actually
it's a
a
Jeff.
fairly clean person. Anyway, no. So I met Maria Bamford, and I had her take a picture with me, and then I realized as I was doing that, I was like, oh, I smell like there's no way this is a good
So
thing.
do you just
for
like
her.
look sad in the picture where it's
No.
like it's that's when they snap the picture. You're like, oh, Jeff's sad.
No, but no, it was just like you could see something in my eyes that was like, oh no, can't believe I did this to her.
I hope her sense of smell doesn't work.
Well, and I
I
mean,
shouldn't have put my arm around her.
because like I like Maria Bamford was one of the big things for me, like because
who are people that you like? Who are people that, like, if I watched them, I could go, oh, I see glimpses of Geoff in there.
I would say the comedy wise, like Mr. Show and the like Todd Glass,
Okay.
David Cross.
Todd Glass, is he the new special where he had the band on stage?
Yeah, no, he always has a band on stage.
Okay. I really
That's
like
him.
that special, and I watched that, and I was like, fuck, man. It's like when you watch
That's
something.
what his normal show is like.
Okay,
too.
it's like when you watch something and you don't realize that you would have wanted to do that idea. But I watched it and how he can like do like take two on a joke or something like that, and then like cue the band. Like I was like, dude,
no, that's just
fuck,
how he
I can
is.
never do anything like this. Like it's too
Honestly,
fucking funny, and it reminds me of like old like Johnny Carson and stuff. Like, hey,
Oh yeah, no, he's. I would say if you listen to the Todd Glass show, just like the episodes with like Paul F. Tompkins and James Adomian, like that's
who blocked me on
basically
Twitter.
me. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, it's when that
I like
impression.
him.
It's when that Impressions video was coming out.
Oh, okay.
And I took a picture of me like pointing at the camera when I just shaved the middle of my head when I was doing the Jesse Ventura. And I just had the sides sticking out, and I just was pointing at it. And I wrote something on Twitter about like an Impressions video, and I'm doing Jesse Ventura, and I'm coming for you.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, nah, block. And I was like, I mean, look at the fucking picture. Like, I look like a bozo with like my hair sticking out to the side. I was like, I thought he would get it. And like, who else does a Jesse Ventura? That's actually how I found.
Gets a lot of people doing stuff that's
probably.
Like,
that's actually how I found Chris D'Elia. He's the only other person I know that does a Van Damme impression.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like if you listen to those episodes, because like he'll make jingles for just like stuff, like for no reason really.
Yeah. I know that game.
And one of them is called "We're the Bailouts," and he just plays that whenever he's like in a bit and he wants to get out of it, and so it'll just be like, "We're the bailouts, we're bailing out."
Okay, good.
If you. And that's just like my type of humor. Like that's how my brain works.
I like that special a lot. I know some
funny.
people I brought it up to didn't like it, and I was like, it makes sense to me because that's exactly something that I would want to do.
Well, and I get now, like for a long time I was like, man, I don't understand why people don't get him. But like it's for me. Like
and I think also his angry demeanor I enjoy.
Yeah, his fake anger is really funny. And that's one of the things I love about him. He'll have bits where he's like, "You sons of bitches!
Yeah,
you get over here!" You know, just stuff like that.
Which is also why I like Bill Burr, because like I was like, well, he speaks to my general disdain for
he's
people.
He's angry with a smile. Like that's how I think of him. Is like he's always smiling when he's ranting. So he's like if Bill Hicks did kind of do that, I guess. But just like
Never
the idea of
listened to
being
him.
angry. Oh, really?
On purpose, I don't think. Him and who's the other one that died in like the early 2000s?
Kinnison, yeah.
Yeah, neither of those
Kinnison-
guys I don't think I've ever purposely listened to a joke. Like maybe if it's come up on Pandora or something like that. But
yeah,
like,
I mean, Bill Hicks has some really hilarious jokes. Like
I would imagine.
The
That's why
one at
people like
Waffle House where he's like, I was at a Waffle House and a lady comes up and he goes, "What you reading for?" He's like, "Huh, I guess you stumped me. I guess one of the reasons I read is so I don't end up being a fucking waffle waitress."
Oh,
you know,
wow,
just
that's
like
just
stuff
mean,
like that.
it's just mean.
He had been touring the South and had some difficulties. I think it made him a little bitter.
Is he the one that he the one that whose dad was like a preacher or something like that, or is that Kinnison?
I believe it. Yeah.
Okay. Kinnison?
Do you know the comic book and TV show Preacher?
I know what it is. I've never seen it.
The guy who created it, I just now forgot his name for some reason. He based
Classic Geoff.
Jesse Custer partially on what Bill Hicks looked like.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, that's cool.
So there's that.
Yeah, comedy, hilarious.
Comedy's funny.
Everybody,
Controversial statement.
Controversial shots
I
fired
know
from
I
Jeff
said
Parks.
I know I
Comedy
said we wouldn't get
is
political.
funny. Yeah, careful. Chad's gonna hit that mute button.
Oh no, he won't do that here because then he won't get his Jeff coins.
Oh, you got fake money? You got your own.
It's real money, Bentley.
Yes, just like Shroot bucks.
We're subsidized by Blockbuster chain.
That one in Arkansas that's still there.
No. It's called Blockbuster Chain. It's a method of mining data to create.
Oh, my bad.
currency.
Sorry, I thought you were creating a. Okay, I'm halfway there.
Don't poke the hole in the reality of the bit.
Yeah, I work on this show and I'm less than halfway there. So you're even doing better than me.
I think that's literally the most I've ever talked about it, honestly.
Yeah. Once someone starts asking, you're like, oh no, what's happening? Why? Oh.
Wizard of Oz. That's kind of like what we did last night. We did a bit on the mic last night, and it was kind of the Wizard of Oz. Oh yeah, basically, I had already done a set opening for Nathan Brannon, who is fucking hilarious. We're clapping.
No idea.
No, he's really funny. He's from Portland, and so for the second mic or for the mic set, I was like, I gotta do something different, and so I went up into the tech booth, and Chad was on stage, I guess, pretending to be me. I don't know exactly what you did.
Yeah, well, you've been doing different things for your sets lately.
Yeah.
Just like really goofy stuff, like having me behind you with a bell after you tell each punchline, or me to your left and Nick Puente to your right behind you, and Zach with the...
I'm still not sure what his was supposed to represent.
It was supposed to be laughter, but it didn't work because the audience was weird about it. Because he was just kind of dancing and waving it around, and it looked weird. But
Well,
anyway, anyway.
I was also... I'll talk about that in a second, too. But... so I was in the tech booth, and I was doing my jokes from back there.
Oh.
And then I was, and then like...
What, Chad was like pantomiming?
Yeah.
Pantomiming?
And then like 3 minutes in, I was like, you know what, this isn't working, hold on. And then I fire him, and he yells at me, throws over the stool, and goes off stage. And then I did my Ann Coulter joke, which I don't know if you remember that.
Probably, if I heard it.
Just that I can't wait till she's dead so that I can call her a Coultergeist.
That's
and
right.
then I start doing
like
a
that
bunch
joke.
of like dumb things after that.
I like that joke.
Well, it was baffling
I like
because
the
the
silliness
idea
of
was
it.
that it's a dumb joke because it's not really a funny joke.
No, it's not. But that's why I like it, because you go up there and you just say it. And I'm like, oh, you know what you're doing, you piece of shit. And I love it.
and then after I was because it was
like
annoying.
people who don't realize that they're writing a shitty joke.
Right.
Like that's what pisses me off when they go up there and they're just like they do wordplay like that.
Okay, yeah.
And you're just like, okay. Like, or they use it as like the big punch at the end, and like they kind of stand there like all swarthy, like
Yeah.
But like you do it, and you as Coultergeist is leaving your mouth, you almost look ashamed, and everyone's like, "Oh, he gets it."
Well, and then I did and that killed, and so I was like, "Oh, I don't know what to do now."
Pause right there.
What?
So he fires me, and I have this whole acting thing where I'm yelling, flip over the stool, and so he says the Coultergeist thing, and it kills harder than any joke like that I've heard that night. Because I walk in the back, and he says it, and so I go in the green room, and Melina and Tina are in there, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on? I heard you yelling." And I was like, "Oh, we're doing a bit." And so, they're like, "Oh, okay." So they start listening out there, and then he tells the Coultergeist joke, and all three of us are like, "What the fuck?" Because
and the idea was that it was supposed to be a not funny joke, so that it's not working again.
Yeah.
And then I would be like, "Chad, come back up," and then he said, "Fuck you." And so like the whole time it was killing though, so I was like, oh, that kind of undercuts it a little bit, but so
As
it was
long
like
as it worked.
Yeah, no, it was really fun is the main point, and that's kind of what I like to do on stage.
Geoff,
now.
comedy's fun.
Comedy's fun. Comedy's funny. I'm trying to stay away from politics. God damn it! I mean, we can't like go by without mentioning that you do like voiceover stuff.
Well, we could.
Well, I mean, we could, but then that would not,
It would negate the reason you brought me here.
to talk about you, Bentley.
Oh, boy.
What's it like to live inside that skin of yours?
Itchy.
Yeah, I got that too.
Yeah, the new place I live has dry water or something like that, so my skin's...
Oh, okay.
My
I thought you were gonna go. I thought this was related to
No.
voiceover.
Sorry, I know that sounds like that's almost as bad as like comedy
It's
is
got
funny.
dry water, so
But no, it dries my skin out more, so there's more iron or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know, so like my skin's a lot itchier now all the time. It's just I'm chafing. No, what's it like? It's like a pinball game that constantly won't shut off. So it's just like you never the flippers never let you lose. So it's always going and
this
then
is the water.
No, this is what you. I'm actually answering your question for real.
I know. I'm sorry,
Geoff.
Go ahead.
Now's not the time for comedy to be funny.
I'm sorry. Comedy should not be always funny.
No, yeah, it's usually a bunch of craziness, and then I get bored with something, and then I move on to something else, and then I forget I was actually supposed to do something.
Okay.
And then
so
I
like
feed my dogs,
comedy, really.
Feed my dogs, and hang out with my kids.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
That's fair.
It's but as far as voiceover specifically, what would you like to know?
Well, I just were you always the kid that did voices in class?
100%.
Like
100%. My dad.
Okay.
My dad was on TV and in radio when I was a kid. He still is, but like he would do voices. Our voicemail had Ronald Reagan, like when it was the tape. Yeah,
well,
yeah, yeah. I didn't, and my dad, like, you know, and then it had Ronald Reagan and George W. Bush Sr. talking. I didn't realize my dad was just doing Dana Carvey's stuff. But I was like, holy shit! Like, but I was the only like third grader or fourth grader with like a Dana with a fucking Reagan. Like, I'd go around. I didn't understand why other kids didn't think it was funny for like this little kid be going like, well, not gonna, you know, or not gonna do it. Like all that stuff.
If
like
I heard that, I'd laugh.
Yeah, but I think I'm like a decade older than you, so you weren't even born yet.
Oh, really? Oh,
well, I'm like almost 37.
Oh, I'm 34.
You look great.
I honestly
thought I honestly thought you were in
that
your
hard water.
late 20s. It is. It's all that dry water I've been having. It's been ruining my complexion.
You keep calling it dry water.
I'm very thirsty, you guys.
I'm so parched. It's like it goes inside and it just evaporates. No, it's yeah, I was always doing voices, and then like, do you remember that Life with Louie cartoon, the Louis Anderson like cartoon on Saturday mornings?
I never watched it, but I do remember it.
I started doing that voice to make my brother laugh, and then on TBS, the Superstation, Bloodsport and Double Impact were always on, like every fucking Saturday.
Okay. No.
I like that you said Superstation like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh yeah,
the Superstation.
Yeah,
Superstation.
That's good.
that's my Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
These people that air.
I'm now doing the wonderful split. It's fantastic. But yeah, it's I don't do him much just because everyone does. But
Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you know, he's definitely like an older product. You know,
He's just,
where everyone like someone who's in their 40, I think mid 40s is probably like a mid 40s comedian is probably like the last sort of, I think, generation that should be doing a Schwarzenegger because like age range wise, like that makes more sense. Because I knew him, like I got to know him because of fucking Kindergarten Cop, and what was the movie, the meta movie one, Last Action Hero. And then it wasn't until like I was, you know, older that I saw the Terminator movies, like in Predator and like all that shit, where I was like, oh, he had like time before me and like, all that sort of stuff. But Van Damme was one of those voices like I gravitate towards weird voices. Like it makes me laugh. Like the accent of things makes me laugh. And so his voice, God, what was it in Bloodsport? The first one, it's like when he's at the bar and they've got no, it's like he's at the bar. Don't go Paul Shearer on me yet. But like he's at the bar and they're like he like swipes some coin out of like because he's like saving this reporter or whatever. But he goes, hey, why don't you leave the girl alone? And I was like, leave the girl alone? But he's like, leave the girl alone. And I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And just how he says everything in that movie.
What's
just
his name
makes
in the
me
movie?
Laugh. Frank Dukes.
Oh, it is. He is Frank Dukes in that. Okay. I couldn't remember if it was like a fake version of Frank Dukes.
No, the fake version, one that was supposed to be actually more realistic, was The Quest.
Oh, I remember that.
Which is why I say like
theater.
the exact same movie or whatever.
It is.
But yeah, like
except
that,
there's the weird subplot with him being like a thief and he's like running with kids.
yeah, he's got like
And
an army of like,
like,
he's got
it's
like an
so
army
bizarre.
of like child that they're like stealing purses and stuff like that. But they're like a weird traveling carnival show or something.
For more information about the quest,
Visit
listen
IMDb.
to how did this get made? I just called it why did
this get made?
What?
But
That's
yeah,
the sequel.
So like I would like I videotaped it on VHS. I'd watch Bloodsport all the time, and I would just start doing the voice all the time. And then it like made my mom laugh, so I kept doing it. And there were so few, like it was such a random pull to like be able to do that. Like people always thought it was funny. And then because I can also do the splits, that was also like the kicker. Like if you're at a party and you're doing that. Yep. I'm assuming you do Pee-wee. You do Pee-wee stuff when you say party.
Pee-wee party?
Oh, I thought when I said party, then you guys all start clapping. So I thought it was like a Pee-wee secret word thing.
Oh no,
That was the audience applauding you. Or you're able to do the splits.
Oh no,
That's what you guys are applauding for, right?
Yeah!
oh thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
we have a live studio audience with us here.
Sir,
Yeah,
calm
and
down,
so
sir.
like it was just that voice, and then like once you start doing a bunch of voices, it becomes like playing the guitar, doing different chords, all that stuff. You can just start finding different people's tones and different stuff and like that sort of thing. And I don't know, it's just I'm alone a lot, and I like listening to stuff. And now with the advent of
I'm alone a lot
podcasts,
too, buddy.
Now with the advent of podcasts, it's great because you hear people's real voices like as they're talking, and it's not like a performance.
Right.
And so you can actually just like sit and listen to somebody. Like I've got this idea for a video that I want to do, a new video where it's like impressionists are losing their jobs because so many people that they're like doing impressions of they can't do anymore because they're fucking getting in trouble and shit.
Right.
Like because I worked really hard on a Louis C.K. for a long time.
Oh wow, that's
and I can't do it.
It's
anymore.
a nuanced one. That's
Yeah, and there's always like a tick that gets people in.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't
like,
have
you go
like
back
that
to.
specific idea, but it is one of those things. Like it's like it kind of sucks when like all of these comedians that you grew up like and influenced you a lot and are like basically in your DNA as a comic, and now you like have to like just be like, well, that's done.
Yeah.
Because
because I loved the Cosby Show as a kid, and I tried. I was like, you know what? I'm a bigger person than this. I'll give it a shot. And I got halfway through an episode. I was like, nah, can't do it no more. I spent all this money on this fucking series box set, and now I can't watch it anymore.
Right. It's you can't have heroes in this business, except for George Carlin. Todd Glass.
all of the funniest funny people that make me laugh. And
even like David Cross, someone who like really was huge to me. Like he kind of seems like he's becoming a dickhead, and he said a lot of shitty things in the past, and it's just like, yeah,
I don't pay
sucks.
attention.
Yeah,
as long as they keep making Arrested Development, I'm
I'm
he's
I'm
not
on board
murdering
with that
people or
for
doing
sure.
fucked up shit. Like if he's just talking shit, then he's like a grumpy old bald guy.
Right.
And I know that game.
Yeah, he's not assaulting anyone.
Well,
at least
good.
not that I know of, and that's the good side of it.
Yeah.
But we should probably move on. We have a few games.
Oh, so many games.
Games, you say?
Next up is the games. So the first game is called 10 Dumb Jokes, and it's where okay, so you have 10 Geoff coins.
Okay, cool. 10?
Yes, 10 Geoff coins.
10 of them?
What, 5?
God damn it! Do you not remember?
I don't
You
know.
don't
I
remember?
have okay. I'll give you the corporate card if you want it.
Okay.
Anyway,
The corporate card.
so yeah,
You've
5 Geoff coins.
That's true.
And if you laugh at any of the jokes, you lose a Geoff coin. Okay. And the reason there's 5 is because there's fairly unlikely that you'll laugh.
I don't know. I laughed at least half of them on Jared's episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because those were really not good either.
I like terrible jokes. I have kids.
Well, maybe I'll keep all my Geoff coins then.
You might.
Sorry, Emma. Emma's here also, everybody. Hello.
Oh, hi.
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible host. That's all.
Whatever.
Yeah.
She just...
I don't know. She's just going to be sitting here crossed arms the rest of the show.
Yeah.
I don't want to play.
How rump.
I'm
gonna fart passive aggressively.
No, not even with noise, just like to make the
Yeah, but
smell.
you're gonna smell it. And you're gonna be like, oh, I still have to be in here.
But see, the thing is, Chad still gets money from that no matter what.
Cha-ching.
So.
Fair enough.
Even if you pass gas aggressively, is that what you said?
Thought it was fart.
That's not what I said, but it's better than what I said.
Yep. Nailed it. No, your face... sorry.
Thank you.
You were... I was looking at...
Take my fucking coins, Chad.
Oh yeah. We this is
haven't
the
even
game. You've been tricked. You were trying to hold back a yawn.
Yep.
And that's the only thing I've been trying to say. You were trying to hold back a yawn, and it
During the entire interview.
it caught my attention. Yeah, for 20 minutes she sat there.
It was one long
47.
yawn.
Yeah, sorry.
Long yawn silver.
It was distracting enough for me
give you a
to
coin
bring
for that
the entire show to a stop to mention how funny Emma's face looked for a second.
Cool.
All right,
Oh,
my
God.
bad.
You got
Good.
such a funny
Glad
face.
we got that.
Always on, you know?
Yep.
On every show.
Always
Up and down the
yawn.
I-5, motherfucker.
Damn it, I was literally just going to say that.
Beat you to it.
Anyway, so, okay. So I'm going to do the first one. And,
What's the concept of this game?
I already said
The only
it,
thing
didn't
you
I?
said is you got 5 Geoff coins, and then
Oh,
Emma
yeah,
tried
okay. So I'm going to tell 10 dumb jokes, and if you laugh at any of them, you lose a Geoff coin.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I think you did say that.
We're gonna tell you.
I think
10.
yeah, I think I did too, but
Okay.
it's all
I'm
good.
pretty sure you did.
I
No, you're the asshole.
Sorry, her face was inflating and deflating, and all these like. What?
I just for some reason my brain thought of the thing that apparently someone hadn't heard of frogs being used as a derogatory term for French people.
Yeah,
That was
Zach and
me.
Emma.
Oh.
and I was like, wait, really?
I swore they were fucking with me, but they weren't.
I that was just interesting. I just thought of deflating and inflating. Anyway, frog.
Jeff, we can both agree that Chad looks like a Backstreet Boy on his day off, right?
I
don't know what I look like. That should be that's my comedy joke.
I'm just gonna
I don't know
take
what I
a
look
day
like.
for me out at the spa.
You guys help me. Okay, Geoff.
Okay, first joke.
Hold on, let me get into character. Let me be me at the open mic. Jeff's not funny, Jeff's not funny, Jeff's not funny. Okay.
Man, you need a lot of preparation for me not being funny.
It's hard not to laugh at you, Geoff.
Good to know. Vegans don't have meetings; they have vegetablings, and they also call protest picklings. See, keeping it.
He's got a hard clinch there.
I see it, though. Oh, the mic is away from the face.
I should have done
We got
the
finger
tag
taps.
differently. That was an Emma came up with the pickling, and I didn't do it right.
No, the writing staff came up with all these jokes.
Yeah.
Right. No.
Team
Well,
effort.
I'm sorry.
The writing staff we have on the show came up with all these jokes.
Yeah, we have
Oh,
a
yeah,
room
they
of like
slave-
60 writers.
They slaved
The other
over
side
a
of
piece
this
of
wall.
paper for weeks.
Bunch of monkeys on a typewriter.
It's mostly monkeys with typewriters, but it's a couple of humans too. Unpaid interns mostly.
Yeah, eventually a joke
Monkeys.
comes
I
out.
didn't know we had monkeys. Those things are fucking expensive.
Yeah, we just pay them peanuts.
Were they rhesus monkeys? I'm adding to the 10 dumb jokes. Okay.
No, they.
I don't know. In my brain, I was about to go to Reese's Pieces. But anyway.
Let's get out of Riff Central where I'm actually
Exactly.
laughing. Hold on, here we go.
Okay, so second joke.
The union only gives them lunch break, not recess. Go on.
Okay. What was that? Anyway.
Air 5.
So when I was young, I thought Labor Day was when all women had to give birth.
I mean, seems like an honest thought. When you're a kid and like you're like piecing those things together.
I'll have to ask the writing staff if that's
That
true.
joke falls under the category of kids say the darndest things.
Did you want Emma or me
For-
to read any of the jokes
No,
along
that's
the,
what I
along
was
the way?
just- I was
Oh, that's
just
fine.
gonna say I'm gonna pass it to
okay.
Chad here. If you want to do the one, you can. But it's
Calm
up to
down.
you.
Oh yeah. No. I have a dish rag. It says Happy New Year 2000. So I can ring in the new year while ringing out the new year.
He's smiling.
He's smiling. That's all I got out of that one.
This is what
I got
Lars did too.
got a little
Lars
smile.
pulled the smile gambit.
Well, Lars
Not worth
got
any Geoff
I mean, if it makes me smile, it makes me smile.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, but like,
it's got to make him laugh.
make me laugh.
Let's see.
Don't you know comedy's funny and I want to laugh?
If a hospital runs out of syringes, is it needless?
That was me, and I heard it earlier. He just has to hold it back if he wants to keep his money.
Yeah, he's good at it.
He's holding it. Ooh,
He's got
tough.
it's an open
It's
mouth
tough.
smile with red face. So
Yep.
this is he's trying. To
This
hold
is
it back.
he's benefiting from the audio medium.
He's got effort to keep his money.
Oh, here's another one. Okay. How can you take anything home from an auction if all of the items are forbidden?
Nice, I like that.
Thanks. I mean, I'll let the writing staff know.
Monkeys! Here's a crate of bananas.
Some good Reese's Pieces. Zinc is the witty retort of metals.
What?
Zinc.
Can you read that again?
Yes. Zinc is
I
the
get it now.
witty retort of metals.
I got it.
It's a dumb joke.
I feel like
It's
you're
all
placing the emphasis in a weird place in
I
the
was-
word retort.
good. The wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yes, I don't mean to criticize you, but
Oh, that's fine.
it might
Okay.
be
Saying
affecting
retort?
the joke. Yeah.
Is that how you're
Yeah.
saying it? Retort?
Yeah, I thought it. I was like, what?
You want to try it again?
That's a fair criticism.
Want to try it
Yeah, I
again?
just wanted to let you know.
Oh my god.
Do you want to try it again?
I am.
Yeah.
Okay. Zinc is the witty retort of metals.
All right.
I just learned how to pronounce the word retort. I almost
killing
did
it.
it again.
You're killing. I just retort like a tortoise.
Well, no, it's a tort law, but that.
Right. You got it.
Chad doesn't know what
But
happened.
not that, right? Because it's not said that way?
It's not.
Okay, good. I was
Yeah.
just like, wait. Okay.
No, it's retort.
Oh boy.
What are you, French steward? Get to it.
French Stewart, that's a good
How
reference.
can he see like that?
It was the breath that did it. Just
No, that's just him when he's stoned.
Where'd it go?
it's still on the paper.
No, you did this one.
Which one?
Do I read one?
Just, no.
Oh,
Oh, that.
I thought Jared got to read one.
Well, there's that one, and then there's those.
So at the dollar store they sell bleach, and so it's $1. But if you go to like Walmart or anywhere else, it's like $2.50 for a bottle of bleach. And are there different quality amounts of I'm doing this right.
What are you, fucking Julian? Get to it, stutters.
You made me
Hey,
spit.
Is there different quality bleach?
Have you ever bought bleach for? Hey, why is your bleach more expensive than?
That's what happens when Geoff delivers something really well, and then you tell him, "Hey, deliver it just like that next time." And he goes, and during the joke, I saw his face go like, "Oh shit, how did I do it before?"
I totally forgot what that was.
Oh,
Can I
Okay.
at least read that? No, I'll read it after.
No,
It was
I
an
didn't write it
observational
out.
joke.
It's very shorthand.
It was like, is there different qualities of bleach? Like, is there like, oh man, this bleach is really shitty, or anyway. That
Oh, I was
the
waiting
idea
for
of it.
a punchline.
Yeah, there isn't one. That's
Okay.
it's called a dumb joke.
It was
Even the monkeys' jokes have had punchlines.
Well, he said it like Jerry Seinfeld earlier, which made it funny.
Oh, that's what it is.
Was that
What's
what I
the
did?
deal?
yeah. Do it in your Seinfeld
Yeah.
voice again.
We should be doing all these as Seinfeld and or other
Are there
comics.
different qualities of bleach?
You're just doing the punchline.
I don't. It's too much effort.
It's the first time it made me smile, so it works.
Good.
Oh boy.
Much better.
All right, I will read this one now. Then,
right. Well, thank you.
when an archer goes to archery school, he starts with a quiver and then ends with a long bow. Did I do it wrong?
No,
Okay.
it's just not a good joke.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You got to sell it more, Jeff.
When you start archery school, the thing that holds your arrows is called a quiver, but when you finish archery school, it's called a confidence. Does that not work?
Oh, that's better.
Is that a better joke?
That's better
It's
than the
better
way
than
I
the
even
other one?
originally thought of it too.
yeah.
Huh? Was there what?
Yeah, better than the other one.
Yeah,
can-
I'm gonna
you can
fuck
find
up the monkey that came up with that one.
You can find a bottle of bleach at the dollar store. It costs $1. You bleach everywhere else, it's like $2.50. What is there? Different kinds of bleach? Different strengths of bleach? Is there different? What's up with this bleach?
What's the deal with bleach?
Either way, my roommates are going to use it on the towel in my bathroom because they don't understand what bleach does to fabric. True story from 2 houses.
Wow.
What's wrong with people?
Seriously, I spilled a bunch of bleach on
What's the
carpet
deal?
once and lost my security deposit.
Oh, no.
I used to bleach my hair with actual bleach, which is actually why I think I'm going bald. I think I killed a whole bunch of the
That's-
follicles.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That would do it. Oh,
Did we finish?
I think there's some.
No, there are 3 more.
Did we finish?
Wait, 2 more. No, 3 more.
Oh,
Wait, you didn't write down one of them.
you got 3 more.
Oh,
opportunities
you're
to
right. I
make
did
that.
forget to write down the third one.
it
That's
was
okay. I remember it.
It was a
Okay.
tall order.
Yeah. Okay. If Manute Bowl was 3 feet tall, they would call him Minute Bowl.
I think I've said that before to somebody.
Well, did you know Manute Bowl can only take 1 hit?
Of what?
Alternatively, Manute Bowl only smokes 1-hitters.
I don't get it.
Because it's a minute bowl.
Oh, you're still sorry. You weren't. The diction on minute and minute was a little.
Your
sloppy.
addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember the other one.
Here we go.
I recently got a new pet. He is a basketball playing amphibian. I'm pleased to introduce to you Minute Ball.
What?
This is Minute Ball.
I don't.
He's a basketball playing amphibian.
What?
Oh yeah, that's him saying I'm a newt.
Oh, okay, I get it now.
Jeff,
I was like,
His
well,
name's Bull.
Oh, okay. So sorry, I was like, you said amphibian, and then you said the bull thing, and I was like, wait, she got a bull as a pet, but it swims? I was,
No, but then there were words in between those ones too.
Hey, you
Yeah.
can put water in a bowl. You can put a bowl underwater. It's amphibious, okay?
Now we're talking.
We really had like 10 minutes of minute bowl material going on there.
Yeah, we're working out that.
Is that the last
Oh,
one?
boy.
That
Yeah,
hot
that
minute
was the
material.
last
Yeah.
3.
That was your 10 dumb jokes. Theme song.
I won.
Oh, right.
I won. I kept all my money.
Yes.
What do I get?
You are 5 Geoff coins richer.
You're the only person to not lose at least one. I think Lars lost one.
Yeah, Lars lost 1. I think Emma lost 1.
Yeah, I lost one in that soda joke.
Oh, yeah.
About soda.
Yeah. Oh, that one was mine. Thanks. I mean, I was part of the writing team that day.
That was good.
I was ooh in his
The one that almost got me, the one that made me kind of go like snort out my nose was the vegans and vegetable beans. I like that.
And
one.
I think I told it wrong too. So
that's why I'm looking at him right now.
The needless one that's a good joke.
I like that joke.
Thanks.
Yep.
You wrote down needles twice.
Did I?
Yeah. If you end up using it later, you got to change that first needles.
Oh,
to
right, because
syringes.
it should be syringes. You're right.
What was it?
Emma punched it up by not saying needles twice.
What was the joke?
It was a hospital that runs out of syringes. It's needless. I had written down a hospital runs out of needles. Is it needless?
Okay, yeah.
So yeah. Anyway.
Well, she's killing it, guys.
Yeah, this is how.
That's why she's booked up and down the I-5.
Yep.
Yeah, you're goddamn right.
Hey guys, I had an idea for a different game. What do you say I tell you the rules of a different game? This one's called Comedy Impressions. It's you do an impression of the essence of a famous comedian that you think everybody in the room would know. For example, if I were to do a Jerry Seinfeld, this was my example last time. I did it very badly. If I were to try that, it'd be like I'm trying to even think of like.
I was gonna say Bobcat.
That's a good example.
Yeah, that was really bad. Yeah, that's yeah. So it's a game that is guaranteed to make everybody sweat through their clothing because that's almost happening to me right now. I'm very embarrassed. But yeah, does anybody? Bentley is a licensed impressionist, so we have
licensed and bonded.
Bentley here. Oh, can somebody cut his? Yeah. Okay.
What?
Oh, nothing. Nothing. There you go. Thanks. So
I had to. I warned you.
yeah, she's aggressively a gas passer.
This is active
She's
aggressive.
got the gas
farting.
pass.
Gas pass. Fucking jerk. See? There's a Geoff coin.
No, the Geoff coins are securely in your escrow.
Nice. Just put them
Ew.
towards my 401k.
Yeah, sure.
You should clean those before you use them.
I won't. I'm just going to let him accrue interest.
You don't know where they've been though.
Yeah.
In his escrow.
I like that one too.
I should piggyback to Emma's joke.
Sorry, I'm not wearing headphones. And Emma's so soft-spoken.
Yeah.
Oh, man, if only
Thank
you could
you.
wear headphones.
Yeah. Not for me.
He doesn't have ears.
Oh, yeah. Forgot we got the lizard man on this.
A newt?
They have.
Just put the headphones over your escrow. Let's play this fucking.
All right, I'm trying
This
to.
escrow game. I like this one better.
I'm trying to think of I should have done it beforehand. Of someone to try on this.
I'm just trying to think of.
P.
I got one.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
A monkey trying not to say banana.
No, this is a comedian.
You know.
Close.
Huh?
It's a comedian.
Yeah.
That's the rules of the game. So, okay,
Yeah.
is it a comedian?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a human being.
Okay, I'm gonna need a little bit
Drummer.
more.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's
Me? Is it me?
No.
Oh
my God.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about
really
earlier.
embarrassing.
Uh-huh.
It's fun
It's
though.
a game that is.
Because I know exactly what I'm doing in here.
Uh-huh.
And it's really good.
And I'm sure once we get it, it'll be like, oh, okay.
Let me see if
once we get it, I think you should do it again so we can.
Let me see if I can figure out another one. Same guy, but another.
It's a guy.
I use guy generally.
Era of their comedy.
That's
guy
true, you
means
do.
anybody. It's just gonna sound the same if I do it again. Now I'm just like mixing it. Okay.
It's kind of not nice to make you do it like 3 times.
Nobody's making her do anything.
Yeah, you guys haven't even guessed anybody. Come on.
I honestly don't know.
I need just a little bit more.
Well,
and I'm not like
Robin
doing this
Williams?
as a joke.
No.
I wanted to say Jerry Seinfeld, but
No.
that was the
Also, no. You're both wrong.
Yeah, if it was Robin Williams, she'd be like, Robin
Williams.
Hey.
There you
One
go.
Geoff
You got it. Great.
I've got 6 now on my escrow.
So what was it?
You don't want to? No guesses.
Well, I mean, if you don't want to do it again, but I still want to.
It's like.
How old is this person?
We don't get asked 20 questions.
Well, I don't know.
Comedian age.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Old, but not very.
But also young, but not very.
Blaine Capatch.
Huh?
Blaine Capatch.
No.
Oh, that's a little deep, I think, for
Pat
this game.
No. That doesn't sound anything like Pat Oswalt.
I
No, it's you're doing it. I have a higher pitched voice than you or this person. No, it's just not sounding good at all.
I don't know.
I think we should probably have someone else do it.
Yeah, no, I want to go next. So I want to know what this is. I'm so
Brian
curious.
Regan.
Brian Regan? Okay.
Oh, okay, I can hear it now.
Okay.
It was spot on.
That's fair. We should have probably gotten that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you should have, because it was great. I stand behind that impression. I'm blaming you guys on this one.
I have one.
Okay.
Someone else go.
This is totally terrifying, by the way. So you're totally right.
If it's the sidestep that I'm thinking from Brian Regan, go.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Ron Funches.
Fuck.
How is that a bad thing? You just did it right.
No, that's true.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
You said it before me. I should have put my mic down because I went down to pick it up.
I was trying to think of how to do a lisp without actually saying a word. So
Yeah.
You just got to hiss like a snake.
Yeah. You're the person who puts script directions chuckle Britishly, so you can lisp without words.
well, but I somehow put a T in there, right?
Yeah. That's how he.
It's a tita.
Okay, that's definitely like some old British lady.
I'm on Twitter and I'm tittering on Twitter.
I'm gonna steal one that Zach did last time we played
Okay.
this, and I got it pretty quick. I don't know if I can do it as well as him. Like,
Oh, Jim Jeffries.
Jim Jeffries, exactly. Yeah. Cool. I'm glad I did it as well as he did. And then my next step from there was
Eddie Izzard. No, other.
What's his fucking name?
Yeah. I know exactly. I can't think of the name either.
That part I just made up.
Oh yeah, fucking suit.
I'll say a shit.
Fuck, what is that guy's name? I can't remember. But he does all those one-liners. And he's fucking...
One-liners?
Yeah?
Ricky Gervais?
Oh, no, I wasn't.
Was anybody getting that?
I
Other British comic.
No.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I was thinking
But
of someone else.
that's good, Ricky Gervais.
I have one
Very good.
again.
Okay.
Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah. Why don't I say things faster?
I don't think I don't think it was good. It was just the fact that I did the high pitch thing.
I got one.
Okay, yeah.
Oh!
Aziz.
There we go.
This game is fun.
I was like, oh, it sounds like a deflating balloon. Yeah, it's got to be him.
Bentley, you have one?
I sneezed. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought I did Robin Williams.
Oh, you did?
No. Yeah, I got another one. Let's see here.
Louis.
Yep.
Yeah. You just had to make the noise with the R in there. Yep. Yeah, that was good.
That's what I was going to say earlier. The hook with Louis was the way he says the word weird for me.
Weird.
Yeah. It's it's weird. And my kids, they're fucking little assholes, and they're just so weird all the time. And I was like, oh, that's interesting.
I wonder if that's a Boston thing or.
I don't know.
He's from Boston, I think.
Yeah, it's real weird.
It's fucking weird, dude.
It's fucking weird, dude.
So I just take my dick out. And
Yeah, just take my dick
Weird.
out. It's just weird.
I'm trying to develop
No, I don't
a
have any
Philadelphia accent. It's difficult.
Isn't that the accent?
It's
Tom Hanks used in
O's.
Philadelphia?
You say O's like that, and then
oh.
and also it's like water ace. Water
Yeah.
ace. It's similar to Maryland, which is why like watching The Wire helps. I think because it's you got the Baltimore.
Yeah.
But
Did you have another one?
I didn't think of one right then. Hold on.
I can give you an easy one.
Yeah.
Why am I?
Is he a
forgetting
comic?
his name?
Yeah, he started when he was 14.
Seth Rogen?
Yep.
Oh,
More Jeff coins.
yeah, more Geoff coins.
He's like, oh, okay. All right. Well, yes,
And he
that's
just
fair.
put out a special to raise money with all stand-up comedians and stuff. It's on Netflix.
Oh, I got one.
I feel like I know it.
I
I don't know. What was it?
It was Adam Sandler.
Okay.
I was trying to do the soft, loud.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
That would be.
It's all about the underbite and like throat squeeze.
It's half Scooby Doo. You're halfway to Scooby Doo doing it. You're just like,
You're Scoob.
Oh, I got
Well,
one. I
it's
got
Shaggy.
one. I would have him. I would have him. Ow. Ow.
Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Nice. That was good.
Ow.
that's good. I got it. Fuck, I wouldn't even thought of that.
Yeah, as soon
I
as-
was like, what? Oh, the OO is that's a.
It helps if you've watched Spaceballs recently.
Oh, okay.
Is she in that? Oh,
She plays.
Is she really
the
that
robot? Yeah.
oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that was actually her. I knew it was like a thing. Like,
I'm sorry, Android. No angry emails, please.
I want to see if Jeff.
What?
Yeah, I want to see if Jeff can get.
Did
this
you
right.
wake up,
reset?
Bentley. Bentley, wake up.
God, I smell toast. Okay. Let's see here, him.
Alonzo Bowden.
Paul F. Tompkins. I know it's not.
John Mulaney?
Sounded black.
Can we do it again? You guys made me do it like 6 times already.
That's true.
Come on.
It's hard to do it without saying words. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like I want to.
Yeah.
I picture like
She be all coming back at me with some of that attitude.
that's how I'm hearing.
That's racist, Chad.
Who is
I guess
that?
so. I don't know.
Bernie Mac?
Oh, that's a good one.
No, I
That
don't.
would be a
I don't
good
think
one.
he talked that fast.
That was Bernie Mac. Sorry.
Thanksgiving, motherfuckers.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Now it makes me feel
Wait.
bad because I was like, maybe it was too bad.
I mean, it's one of those things where it probably is going to be really obvious after we hear what it is.
Yeah.
Is it Kevin Hart? Just start guessing Black Comedians.
Kevin James.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
Prince.
Yes.
Eddie Murphy.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I figured you'd throw in the laugh,
okay.
maybe.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I did
That's how this
I did
started.
the Seth Rogen laugh, and he was befuddled by it.
Well, that's just because I wasn't thinking of him as a stand-up. But yeah, well, that I can hear it now.
I was also thinking more of him as like Donkey from Shrek, like, where he's always talking, super fast, and then he's like, "Oh, Shrek," and like like that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I got another one, unless someone else wants to
I do
go.
too.
Go.
No, that's not good. No, that's kind of good, actually. It's not wrong. There.
Bill Burr.
Jeff Foxworthy?
No.
One of Jeff Dunham's puppets.
No.
Was there a next part to that?
No.
Oh, it wasn't coming back?
That was the punchline.
It almost had like an aspect of why aren't people laughing at this?
I thought she said bat tit. I was like,
You guys should really have gotten it by now.
that's what I thought about Eddie Murphy.
I don't know.
Less famous than the other comedians we've impressed.
Is this a
today?
Okay.
No, I'm just doing people we know. It's less fun for the listener.
Oh, is that someone we know?
Yeah,
Oh,
Will Gibbons?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we can't really top that. Probably. We probably should have.
Will
done
Gibbons.
that. I should have done like
Yeah, I was doing the
Oh no, I was doing someone else.
That's what I with his speaking ofs.
Stevie Wonder.
That's wonderful, Chad.
My Sherry more.
He put on his glasses and I guess Stevie Wonder.
I could almost charades this character with this glasses and be like, okay,
Eddie Murphy is Stevie Wonder.
one line.
Okay, one line. Challenge hard mode.
Oh.
What? Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 Jeff coins.
Nice.
Too. Well, I lost a lot of Jeff coins on that game.
Yep.
Oh man,
Taking you to the bank.
Yeah, I own you.
it's a good thing that Chad has. The
We're not
company credit
accepted
card.
in banks. I don't know if I made that clear. Yeah,
There's
we're
no Jeff Bank?
no, not yet. We're working on that. But yeah, currently we are not accepted in 51 of the 51 states as currency. So
Okay.
there is that.
Just keep it in my escrow.
So now,
Well, I hope that was a fun game for everybody. It made me uncomfortable.
I
like
loved
that
it, dude. It's so much fun.
and so now
That's why we have parties.
we're gonna have fun and
Let's
do.
have parties.
Now that
go
I'm
ahead,
now that
Jeff.
I'm looking up a list of just famous comedians, I'm like, oh, we really should have
So
just done
many.
this first.
I was gonna do a Cat Williams.
Oh yeah, I thought about Cat Williams. So
Yeah.
yeah, next
That-
we'll keep that as a game on your show,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Oh, for sure. All right. So the next game we're gonna play is It's a Bad Scene, man.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? Yeah, this is a gotcha style game. And so yeah, basically what this is there's no Jeff coins involved. This This is a communist game.
Ugh.
Canada. Well, we're not talking tankies. We're at least like ANCOMs, you know.
Tankies? Is that your term for Russia?
No, tankies are authoritarian communists.
Oh,
anyway,
I just assume because they have tanks.
They're the worst. Anyway,
Get that
we're not getting
ready.
political.
That mute button ready? Get it.
You're losing.
Yeah. Sorry, it's too much fun to have that button.
Thanks for reminding him, Bentley.
I'll just use it that one time. Oh man, the podcast we recorded last night. I used it about 100 times.
Oh, so
it was
much.
Great.
Well, one big bit that you did was where you just muted me and just talked about your personal life for like 20 minutes.
It's great.
Anyway,
well, you challenged me. You asked. You're like,
that's
yeah.
true.
If it was just
That's
you
true,
on this
I did.
podcast, what would it turn into? Watch me.
It would
yeah,
turn
it was
into
really
me
fucking
bringing back
boring.
thinking
Is what it
thoughts.
was.
In June.
Oh,
Coming
is that
back
okay?
at you.
No, it was
We'll just
basically
plug
that.
it
He
in
was
there.
just like,
Jesus.
I'm Chad. I'm drinking coffee. I just jerked off about 20 minutes ago, and just
my dog's lazy.
He's really sullying the art that I provided everybody. You'll hear it.
You'll all hear it.
Hey, you'll all hear. Everybody, go back about 6 weeks in the podcast's feed.
If you can find it on iTunes.
This comes.
I didn't check what day this is coming out.
Spell it the way it sounds.
Anyway, we don't need to do. Push.
Anyway, no, we're gonna play the game. It's a bad scene, man. This is basically, this podcast is like me chronicling my learning improv, and not really anywhere near it yet. And everybody else does really good at it. So we're gonna have fun.
All right, perfect. If we could just get that read through again, but I'm gonna need we hired you. On your resume, it says that you can provide a Russian accent, and that's
sure.
We need this delivered in a Russian accent because this is being marketed to Russians living in America because.
No, I actually, I was born in America, but I grew up in a small Russian village for the first 13 years of my life, so I absolutely can do that for you.
Okay, perfect.
So
just the last 2 lines. That's all we need, but we need it in a thick Russian female old female accent.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Russian old female. Accent.
Thank you.
Accent. Okay.
Okay. And
I don't need like makeup or anything, or
what?
I just make. I don't know how. I'm new in Hollywood.
You said this guy knew what he was doing as far as voiceover goes.
Yeah. No, he's, he's my sister's kid, so he's.
Hey, Stacy.
Yeah. Hey, Tim. Thanks for coming. No, he's gonna do fine. Just give the kid a chance. It's his first gig.
Okay.
He's nervous. He's nervous.
All right. Well, Tim, it says here on your resume that you've worked with a lot of professional studios, and we're going to need you to, be as professional as you can here.
Oh, sure.
Thank you. All right. Just pick it up from where she be flipping that over. Yeah, right there on the page. Where she be flipping that over. Yeah, just start
Where
there.
she be flipping. Okay.
Yeah, but remember the old Russian lady. Okay. And
That's very selfish. I always wondered why they did it that way. Is it, me.
all right, we're on the clock here.
Oh,
thank
sorry.
you.
Sorry.
Jesus. Okay. And whenever you're ready.
Beep boop, beep boop.
Okay,
Where
I'm sorry.
them-
I'm sorry. Cut.
Yes.
I need to get your manager in here.
What?
Hey.
Did we not get it, or?
Hey.
Yeah.
Jim. Hi. What's with your? Okay. I'm just having a lot of problems here. People keep telling me I'm very close to firing this guy.
Sure.
I can hear you in here, right?
Oh, that's totally fine.
Oh,
I
okay.
would love it. Actually, it'd be better if you heard all of this because this is not working as far as.
He's one of my only clients.
Oh, when I take off these headphones, I don't hear you anymore.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I'm gonna mute the studio so we can talk out
to
here.
see you again.
Nice to see you, Jim. Thanks so much for coming.
Sure.
Alan, can I just talk to you for a second? Just quick aside. Just
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me in here?
okay. Just
really
work, just work on your accent, Tim. We'll just
okay.
Minute, all right. Take 5. Go check out craft services. Look, I know he's pretty useless, but we've been trying to find this kid acting jobs for years, and I know as the director of this this voiceover video, it's tough for you, but it's gonna be fine. Look, as the producer, I'm strapped pretty tight here. All right, we don't really have the budget to be hiring out of the family at the moment.
Right. That's the nepotism seems like it's becoming a problem here.
Yeah. Admittedly, I think I've seen your work. I've seen what you can pull out of people, and I really feel like you can work with this kid. I feel like you guys have got a connection. So just do what you got. Whatever it takes. Work with Tim. Work with Jim. We got to make this because we don't have any other options here.
That's true. Jim, if you could just talk to Tim real quick before we get started on the next take,
Sure.
that'd be great.
Hello, young man.
Hey.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah,
What the fuck are you doing?
He said to do an.
And you come in booping like a goddamn R2D2. It's craziest the fucking thing I've ever seen. Do you know what a Russian sounds like?
Yeah, I grew up in the village of
let me hear
Robotnik.
Russian. Let's build it. Let's just do you as a 12-year-old boy speaking in a Russian accent.
Beep boop, beep boop.
Jesus
Hello,
Christ.
Vladimir. I am Tim.
Tim, I'm going to tell you this. I don't think you grew up in a Russian town at all.
It was town of Robotnik, and my mom said that it was in the northeast.
Oh, your mother, she was the worst. Oh, what a piece of work. Now, Tim,
I
now you
my mom.
listen to me. See the word vodka.
Beep, beep,
No.
vodka.
Tim, let's try it without the beeps, shall we?
That's
we are
how
on the fucking clock here.
Well, no,
and
there's.
you are my only client, and Daddy's got to eat this month.
Well, okay. I guess. Would you?
Vodka.
Is
Say
that?
vodka.
Are you saying that okay? Because what I understand as a Russian accent may not be the same as what. Like, if you could do
Let me
like
tell you
a.
something.
What I wanted you to do, what you said you could do, was come in here and read that correctly, and you couldn't do anything until you held it upside down, and then apparently that's when you could do it and read it correctly, and that's what we wanted you to do the whole time.
Do the job you were fucking supposed to do.
Oh my God, I'm getting all this, guys.
The better man won. I mean, I'm sorry for wasting your time, sir.
Cut to the Emmys. And I just would love to thank my team for this. Tim, Jim, Alan.
You're a dog.
Hi, Mom.
It's wow. You know, I really watched my teammates just grow and blossom creatively. And Ricky, hello, thank you for being here. I copied your accent a little bit.
You guys did a good job.
Oh wow! Thank you so much,
Patrick,
Mr. Warburton.
So nice.
Wow, it's a huge honor, and all I can say is why these be flipping over?
And scene.
I didn't realize you guys had started. Like, I thought you were just actually like, you guys were figuring it out. Until you brought her in, I was like, oh shit, never mind.
Oh, when I was like, can you take
Yeah,
that?
we don't really stand on ceremony a lot.
I just thought you were gonna like explain what we were gonna talk about.
It's a bad scene with a bad start.
Yeah, it's kind of more fun just to start it like that because before we've been like, what? Let's get a suggestion and
then your audience
it's kind
was
of
like,
right.
fuck you.
Well,
I
like
mean,
Jared, when we did this with
spaghetti
Jared,
squash.
Jared was like, "So is that what you want to do the scene about?" It was like, "Yeah, just fucking do the scene. Stop talking about it.
Yeah, just go." But yeah, it was fun. We usually end up in prisons. There's been like
I noticed.
There's been
prisons.
several
The
prison
warden.
scenes.
One
One of them was juvenile hall.
That's true. There was no syrup or pancake mentions in that one.
There was barely any food except for vodka, which is not food.
Vodka is not food, although it has calories, so that's fun.
I couldn't tell if my face was red and hot from like yelling and quote unquote acting or whatever that was, or just because I was trying to steer Geoff in a direction and I almost ended up bonking him with my goddamn microphone on the head.
Well, I could tell.
I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, it probably should have. What were you trying to get me to do? Because
I just wanted you guys to read. I wanted you guys to say the same thing at the same time. That's all I wanted to happen the whole time.
I kept like trying to get you to do it, and you kept.
Oh yeah, he doesn't take cues, but it's fine.
Yeah, that's Geoff's style.
I almost grabbed you because I haven't played that game yet, and I really wanted to do it.
I was trying to make him as dumb as possible, and I think I overdid it.
But now we can totally do it on mic.
She's pretty good.
I guess she was just saying the words that you were saying. You guys weren't doing that.
Yeah,
as
that
a,
was
as a
easy
group.
mode.
Yeah. Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. She was following your lead.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was waiting to follow his.
Oh
No.
yeah, no, that was a mess.
I am
what we just did. Yeah, it was.
I think I am.
I can't wait
better,
to hear Jared's notes on it.
Oh boy.
No.
Jared still hasn't emailed me about the audition that I did.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, you probably know the answer. But maybe
I do.
That's why Jared doesn't want to
Be on the show.
be on the show.
Just because he doesn't want it.
That's why he doesn't listen. Is because he heard one and he's like, "Oh, I can't listen to." I'm an improv teacher. I can't listen to bad improv scenes over and over again. They're crazy.
No, I like I said, I think I am getting better. I just I still need to work on things. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't think
I saw you in class.
There weren't like too many premises like I've done in the past. So
That's true.
But yeah, now we're gonna do some plugs. Shoot about plugs. Plug it up. Okay. So yeah, Bentley.
What you know about
You got anything coming up? I mean, I know you're always doing a lot of stuff. Honestly, no, really.
Oh, please, you're embarrassing me. Yeah. Sometime maybe I'll come back to the open mic and try comedy again one day, and then I've got several podcasts bringing back to that everybody knows and loves. Bringing back the 40th. Yep.
Gotta make sure to get that.
Yeah, got that sweet can open Foley.
Ooh yeah,
Chad, you're gonna put that on a library, make some money.
Just so I can be popular. That's beer.
Yep.
Huge
face.
Wow, you look so cool when you drink that.
Jeff.
Oh man,
I've never thought it cooler than when that beer was running down your beard right now. You look so dwarvish. All the Lord of the Rings gals must
I've
love
never
you.
heard that one before. Thanks, Bentley.
You're welcome. It's because you never drank beer in front of me
You
before,
should
Jeff.
see him hold a bow. Like, not even joking. It's actually pretty badass looking. It's weird. It's got really good
get you
form.
like a giant hammer or something.
And my bow.
And my bow.
My
Fucking shoot you with it.
Is that the gay dean?
no, that's Legolas. My bow, I don't care.
I'll fucking snowboard on it.
And my axe, because I'm Gimli the
Yeah,
dwarf.
there you go. Yeah, I'm bringing back 45th Parallel, my paranormal podcast. And that'll be coming out probably sometime in the summer. We're going to do 12 concentrated episodes, try to line up some actual, like, really good guests and that sort of thing. And then I'm bringing back Thinking Thoughts as well as a solo thing. Because I hear Jared yell enough now, being down here at the theater more. So
What? No!
Jared?
What?
Jeff's
No.
impressions of Jared's are really, yeah.
They're not good. Emma, you should
more
take
hand
over
more
on
hand
that.
more hand movements.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Be you.
Or what's my other favorite Jared one is
Where did Jared go to college?
It's a Mormon.
Oh boy.
No, my other favorite one is when Jared tells you something and you disagree with it and you explain why, and then he goes, "No, exactly."
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing. He's like the sky is red. Actually, Jared, if you go outside right now and you look at it, it's actually blue. No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And so,
saying like our blood is red when you see it, but it's because it's oxidized. It's blue on the inside. The sky's blue on the inside. Oxidization comes out and aerosol. So I'm gonna fucking go wash my mouth out with soap.
Is that true, Chad?
For fun. Not because I did anything wrong. Actually, that's not what's happening in his head. He totally did something wrong, and that's why he does it.
Yeah,
I love it.
But
love Jared.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
all you guys know that.
we'll see.
We all do.
No, I mean, I think he does actually get shit on a lot, and I do appreciate a lot of the things he does. So,
Okay, he had his turn. Okay, these are my plugs. Leo, chilling out. Yeah, I'm bringing back Thinking Thoughts, and it's going to be more of a solo thing, like Bill Burr's podcast or Chris D'Elia's podcast, where I just kind of go off on stuff for like 30 minutes, hoping that'll get my mojo back.
you should do it in Bill Burr's voice. This fucking guy come out of nowhere, and he's just like, fucking.
Jesus, Bentley, nice. You do a really good Bill Burr. That's really good.
I can't do it, so I'm into
He's
it.
known for his impressions.
Yeah. Thank you guys very much. It hurts my voice to do it, so I can't do it too long. No, and then I'm gonna bring back like all of my sponsors, all of the fake commercials I used to make, but I'm gonna do them as ad reads, and so I can kind of improv and mess around with that. And then I will be giving advice to my callers and my listeners. Two listeners a show will get advice from me. I get to hear their stories, talk with them via Skype, that sort of thing, and then obviously. Chaotic Amateurs, a D&D podcast, a Dungeons & Dragons podcast that I do.
Now I want to be on now.
Yeah.
So.
Dash, a previous friend of the show, Dash, here. He's coming on. I just have to find a storyline for you to come in on.
Sure.
What type of character you prefer playing?
Let's do that later.
I have some pre-existing
Emma?
ones.
Hi.
Up and down the I-5. You got any plugs? Oh, and BentleyMichaels.com/voice.
Belly just took over the
That's
show.
my plug too. BentleyMichaels.com/voice.
Oh, thank you.
Plug what you
No,
did.
it's for me.
/voice/Emma.
Yeah. What?
Plug what you did last night, because this is going to come out in
6 weeks ago.
Last night I performed on the Dirty Dozen show at Helium Comedy Club in Portland, and it was fun.
Did
That's
you do
not
your
a
poop
plug,
joke?
though. My what?
The poop joke?
Yeah, I closed on that one.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Dirty.
Yeah, that's not a plug. That's just a brag.
Well,
Guys,
brags are
book
acceptable.
Oh,
Well,
brags
up
are-
and down the I-5.
well, in that case,
plug is a future brag.
I can.
Be seen.
I can whistle with my hands.
Oh, do it. Oh, wow. That was a lot better than I
That
thought it
was
was going to be.
way better than I expected.
I can play songs.
That's kind of
Why don't you?
I do sometimes.
You just do that like in your house? Like,
yeah,
just play some music?
when I'm walking around.
Well, like,
Oh, that's great.
did they,
pretty fun.
there probably should have
Actually,
been more bird calls on that bird episode of
Oh,
the
shit.
pilots. Considering.
Well, no, I can, but my character couldn't.
Yeah.
It's all about
That's
character,
fair.
Jeff.
No,
Yes.
you have to be true to the character, I guess.
Marguerite, bonsoir.
Marguerite, bonsoir. Speaking of which, the Pilots is a podcast. It's coming back. And pretty soon.
It's a fun show.
Yeah, we're going to record some more of it, and it'll be available. If you want to find it, the best way
It
to
is
do
available.
it is to go to libsyn.com/thepilots or thepilots.libsyn.com. I don't know. Something like
Yeah, the pilots.
just email me.
Salem Comedy
Her
Studios.
address.
You could search
1, 2, 3, 4.
Tweet me.
on any of your podcast things, just search the Pilots Salem, and
Does that work?
that one works. Yes.
Okay, cool. Do that. And it's fun.
Tweet
It's me and the aforementioned Dash Thompson, who was
Dash
also on
Bash.
the show last night at Helium. And let's see. It's Friday Night Funny every other Friday at Cap City Theater. Truth or Dare Live every other month. Capital City Theater.
That's
And
also a great show.
otherwise,
Misconnections.
yeah, I've been reading for Misconnections, which
Yeah.
is a good time. I'm doing that this next Friday. And otherwise, just tweet me.
Go to InnaJonas.com.
And I'm trying to get into Twitter.
What's your handle?
It's oh shit. What is my handle? It's
Is it the once thrice?
something. No, it's something about uterus. Something.
Bonus.
Was it uterus?
I think that's my Instagram. And
Oh,
my,
right.
My Twitter is.
I'm at Bentley
Hold on, we'll have
across
it
all platforms.
momentarily. Shut up, Twitter. Come on, what are you doing? The last uterus. At the last uterus. That's me.
Yeah.
At me.
And I can confirm that she has the last one on the planet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do at me. The end.
I think you might get a lot of negative attention that you're not looking for
No, I'm
as
looking,
the last
I'm looking
uterus.
For any kind of attention.
Well,
I'll
you
take
know, there
whatever I can get.
it would be funny if I used to have a joke about white supremacists. No. It was about a white supremacist who gets in a car accident, and he has to have his balls replaced by an African American gentleman's, and so it was a TV show. And the show would just be like him trying to reconcile like being fertile and populating the earth with having a black gentleman's seed. Blackballed.
So
That sounds like the first
You'll
pitch
say-
for Last Man on Earth, and they were like, change it, come back.
So this is a joke that I do not do anymore for some reason.
Can't imagine why.
And now it's recorded here
Yeah,
eternally.
I know. And my name is Geoff, and I hate women.
dude, out of context, it makes people just go, "What are you doing?" It's
Well,
Bentley. It's his
Sorry.
catchphrase on the show. It's just a thing that he.
my catchphrase.
He just, it's his,
I assumed.
Have you not like his sign off on stage after every one of his comedy sets? He goes, "Thank you, have a good night. My name is Geoff, and I hate women." It's a huge standing ovation. It's
Really
really
many
good.
standing ovations.
I love my audience. You know, they're always there for me. Did you have more plugs? Because I'm really sorry about that.
I'm all plugged up.
The last uterus. No one's.
Okay, moving on.
Mucus plug?
Mucus.
Good Lord.
Oh boy.
You guys should know about mucus plugs, right? You have kids.
Is that a thing that happens to women?
Oh boy. Here's classic hate women Joe.
Anyway, hey Chad, do you have any plugs?
Yeah, I do stuff at Cap City a lot. I look at your face, your fucking face, a lot. Got to look at your face a lot.
Oh god.
The Pod Chaos. That's my podcast, and I love doing it. And
Enemy of the show.
yep, that's true. Yep. So nice. You got some.
That is a good one.
Got some wiki over there. The podcast. I enjoy doing
Stranger
podcasts. So all things about them. So I do 3 different ones, and Salem Comedy Studios. Friday Night Funny, we do those. Zach Chappell, Emma Jonas, Dash Thompson, and myself book that and host that. And yeah, I don't know. We do comedy around here, and it's really fun. And
Zach Chappell, everybody.
look up our names on
Comedy is fun.
Facebook, because that's where we put all of our stuff, because there's no other better place right now to do it. And also, farting is my business. And business is booming.
I can't believe you put that right back to your mouth.
What is it? Is it going to taste like poopy pants?
I don't
No,
see
it
how
just-
it can after that fucking burrito you ate.
It just smells like the burrito I ate.
Oh god.
You already ate it.
Yeah.
No, you also are involved in Zach Chappell, everybody, which is part of the shows you were talking about. Also, 6 weeks ago, you opened for Nathan Brannon, and that was fun.
Oh yeah. Thanks. Thanks for
I'm just trying to help.
reminding me. No, that was really fun. He's really nice.
He is great, and
very funny.
yeah. Boy, that would be awesome to get him on here and see how silly we could make things. Anyway,
You say a little like weird stuff that's like, what are we supposed to? That would be awesome. Yeah.
no, I'm just saying that would.
It would never happen. It's like something
Probably
that, like,
not.
because I would never ask him, and if you asked him to be on here, I would say, I'm sorry that he ever asked you to do that. Please.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
Please disregard Geoff.
Yeah, I'm canceling his invitation, even though you said yes. I'm saying no.
No, that's what we should rename this podcast. Disregarding Geoff.
Disregarding Jeff's invitations.
Anyway, so
RSVNO. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to, because no. Oh, cool. Thanks. She's
Thanks,
French.
Emma.
I get jokes.
Rendezvous.
I have said a few times that you are French, and you're not French. You just know how to do French. You are a little French? Okay.
She's got that joke about it.
Geoff, it smells like farts in here. We gotta get out of here, Geoff. Geoff, we gotta get out of here.
We gotta get out of this place. That song's not in the public domain.
But Twinkle, Twinkle, all the ABCs.
No, the song that I was singing, God damn it! It's by the Animals? Yeah. Oh, yeah, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star by the Animals. Anyway. So my plugs are, I do this thing that you're listening to right now, and sometimes I do comedy. And I'm at Cap City. God damn it, Cap City all the time. All right, bye bye. Oh, I feel dumb. My name is Geoff. All right, well, hello everybody. I've been tipped to send this episode on its way. Although I'm very busy at the moment, looking into this predatory e-currency scandal.
Hey, don't talk about that.
Talk about what? The thing with Blockbuster.
Okay. So Donald is having a little timeout, but I was able to track down our second choice, who was at a rally that I don't really want to discuss, but I don't know. I'm going to have to talk with Geoff about his parenting skills. Anyway, here's Larzoon DeWitt.
It's DeWitt.
Sorry, I'll. Okay, how do you pronounce your name again?
Oh, it's hello. I am Yarf. It's Yarf Larzoon DeWitt.
Oh, I didn't recognize you from before.
You didn't recognize?
No.
Hello. I'm from past.
You got some of that time goo still on you, so.
I wanted to tell this metal dildo thing. I love to future so many wives to buy. I don't have the kids anymore.
What happened to them?
They're in the past.
Oh.
I literally left them in the past. Thanks for listening, though. You're the reason. Geoff gives me these money papers. Now I'm off to have the sex with him.
With the money?
Well, the money, it's involved. It's all a big toss-up, like, scramble type thing. I have it. This kitchen, they make it called scramble, and it's like all the things mixing together. It's very good. Anyway, off to sex. My name is Geoff. I need something to do, an excuse to have conversations with you. I wasted my life gaining pop culture knowledge, which shows much more than my 10 seconds in college. My name is Geoff. Geoff needs something to do.
You've been listening to Geoff Needs Something to Do with your host, Geoff Parks. Recorded in the Salem Comedy Studios at Capital City Theater. Produced and edited by Chad Johnson.
This has been a Salem Comedy Studios production.